Hi Exiles. Has this ever happened to you? You go to YouTube to try and find a build, and here they come flashy thumbnails with such big claims of super strong build for cheap. So off you go to make your new build that is going to be amazing. This is it. This is the one. I got my tabula rasa ready for me to start leveling my brand new build. You make your character, give it a name, and off to the beach we run. As you are running along the shore, you are already thinking, hey, now is about the time for me to look up a super fast way to level it. You go through the campaign. Most likely you are a casual player, so to get to maps takes you 2 or 3 days of limited playtime for you to get through the campaign. You have super high hopes as you run toward Hillock to make it into town, so you can put on your starter gear you farmed up. At this point, you are very excited to make your new build. Even the leveling goes really well. Your new character is doing fine going through the campaign. Maybe you are even leveling with a different skill with the plan of switching over when you reach maps. So now you have done it. You got through the campaign and ready to switch to your new build and get rocking. You finally get to take off all your starter gear and go get your gear for under a divine. You go over to your path of building that you copied and start looking up all the gear to get your tune ready to crush it. You head over to trade and make sure you put in the item criteria and even double check to make sure you're getting the right item because you are ready to go and all you need now is to get these pieces that make your build work. And you hit search. Then you hit it again. Oh no, there are none available. This happened to me more than I care to tell you. Either the item is not available or the 2 chaos item you saw them buy in their video is now 20 divine or higher. In fact, the example armor I showed you in my search did actually show up, and it was priced at 1 mirror. Now, at this point, I had farmed up a good amount of currency, but a mirror was out of my reach. Plus, I had a lot of stuff yet to buy. I thought about the video I watched and how bad I wanted to have divines drop all over the map with my new build. If you're still watching, this has happened to you. Now let's figure out a way to save your build and get back to having fun again. Believe me, I wanted to curse the creator that made the damn video. First, I promised they did not do this on purpose. I can't tell you how to fix every build, but I can give you some tips and tools and maybe a different mindset, so you're not stuck feeling defeated. First, look over the path of building you are following and look at what jewels you will need for your tree. Of course, every item they have will likely have perfect rolls. You will need to be especially cautious if you see they are using a timeless jewel. Within a week of a build video coming out, anyone who has the seed you need has now priced it at 100 divine or more. Look at what you actually need from the timeless jewel. Sometimes you only convert keystone. Sometimes it changes notables in a way that you need. Make note of what the jewels do for you. For timeless jewels, I use this website. If you don't currently use this, pause the video and write it down or bookmark it now. Here is the site, and it allows you to quickly select the jewel you need, along with the main modifier for it. Oh, and it makes a difference, so don't forget to select the socket on the tree you need. Now you can look up the stats you need, whether it is one stat or, like in my case, multiple stats, and search for jewels that match. Obviously, the creator's jewel will be perfect, with every point they need in the best positions to waste minimal points. Try not to beat yourself up here. This process could take a while. When you find one that matches, you can click the trade button to automatically search for it. Make sure you select the correct league and the method of trade you need. When I finally got to the one that the creator had, there were 2 for sale. One was 200 divines, and the other was 265 divines. I can tell you I didn't buy them, but I kept looking for one that was good enough. I'll speed this up so you can see how I searched. Eventually, for my build, I found 4 jewels that were close and 3 of them were under 20 chaos. I imported them into POE, and of course, the best one for me wasn't 20 chaos. It was 5 divine. But hey, that is still better than 200 divine. If the jewel is just a change of keystone, you will always be able to find one for about 5 to 10 chaos. It is when you need multiple stats, like I did, that it becomes a little more challenging. Worst case, you will have to periodically check back to find one that works at a price you can afford. Their other jewels will of course be perfect rolls. So, again, don't be discouraged. Just prioritize the stats that make the biggest difference and do the best you can. Now, when it comes to the other gear you either try to find and had no luck or couldn't afford it, this league gave us a big crutch with the tree. Even if you're not super experienced in crafting your own, you can set the tree up for the gear you need. Gazzy did a video on it. I will link it in the description for you. You can easily get socketed items you need with some really nice fractures. So when you're crafting, you won't have to worry about losing the fractured stats. You can also farm uniques fairly targeted, but you will need patience. If you have no clue on how to craft, believe it or not, you can ask ChatGPT how to craft certain modifiers and it will at least point you in the right direction. You will have to validate the accuracy because it really doesn't pay attention to what league we are in. As you can see, I've been saving pieces that might come in handy. The next tip I will give you is to really look at your tree. A slight variation from the build you are following might not hurt, and it might help you make up for gearing issues. Pay attention to socket locations, as there are some jewels that can help save you some points or have a greater effect where you might need it. The build creator's tree is on the left, and mine is on the right. You will notice there are some small differences. I used the tree to my advantage to make up for the not-so-perfect gear I had on. I am also only 96 on this build, so I'm missing a couple of points because his character was 98. So as you can see, I was able to overcome the gearing issues and get the build where it should be, numerically speaking, that is. Now when it comes to actually playing it, I have no idea how to play it. If you have seen my videos, I prefer very tanky builds, and this build only has about 20k EHP. So it is fun, but I will probably give away this build since it is not my style. But I still want to try it out, and I'm glad I did. Part of the fun for me is actually tinkering with the builds to see if I can truly make them old man proof. I will still work on this build for a little bit and see where I can gain some defense. I could stand to lose some DPS because it does plenty of that. So in closing, I just wanted to make a video for anyone that felt like they were getting duped by the build creators. Like I said, they did not mean for that to happen. The more popular the creator, the worse this situation gets. I don't know if it is the gold sellers or bots or whatever it is that kills the market when a new build gets attention. I just wanted to show you that with a little patience, you can overcome these challenges. I hope that some of these tips help you guys out. Keep your chin up, and remember it is just a game. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.